Are you in a healing loop? Do you feel that you do all the healings and you do all these different things to help yourself and you just feel like nothing is working, that you're never going to be rid of this? I'm going to give you 3 different things that dramatically shifted my healing journey, and it will for you too. Number 1 is, I am not a victim. We have to shift ourselves out of this victim mode, out of all the things that we have encountered in our lives, out of all of the traumas, out of all of the disappointments that we've had in our lives. We cannot let ourselves be a victim to circumstance. And yes, I know it is easier said than done, because I found myself down in the many, many times and feeling that victim mode. But what you can do, it's not that you will never find yourself in the victim mode, but is to pick yourself up out of that victim mode, to be aware when you are down in the dumps, take accountability for feeling that way, and own your that, yeah, I'm feeling really sorry for myself, and I'm feeling like the world is against me and all these different things are happening. But the truth is that the world isn't against you. The world is for you. And that you have to remember your ability to create, that you are the co-creator of your life. You are not the victim of your circumstance. And we have to get into the belief that we create what comes to us. So when you find yourself going down that spiral, start to think of better feeling thoughts, right? Start doing something that makes you feel better, and listen to empowering things to get you out of that low vibration of that I'm a victim, and know that you are the master of your destiny. Okay, and number 2 is understanding when your ego is coming in and when your ego is talking to you, and when it's trying to sabotage you. And that's one reason why a lot of the times we stay in this healing loop. And that was me. My ego kept coming in and saying, you're not worthy. You're still not worthy. You need to heal more. You need to fix this more, because until you do this, you're not going to be a good business owner, or you're not going to be a good mother, or you're not going to feel whole and complete. And your ego, again, wants to just keep you in that same mind frame that you've been in. And so you have to be aware of, is this my ego talking to me, wanting to keep me from feeling all the things I want to feel? And not because the ego is bad. It's because the ego has kept you safe all of these years. And now you're giving it something different, and it's freaking out, basically. So for instance, when I would do all the healing work on worthiness and feeling not enough, I would feel really good after healing. I'd feel great for a couple days, couple weeks, and then something would come up, and maybe somebody would say something, or I would see something on Instagram, and all of a sudden, ooh, you know, my feelings of unworthiness and not feeling enough, it would come back up, right? So now I'm back up to square one, because my ego is saying, you're not like that person. They're better than you. They know what they're doing. You don't know what you're doing. That's your ego talking to you. When your ego is trying to manipulate you in a way, is trying to make you feel like you're not worthy or good enough, that's when you know that is the old programming that is coming up, and it's kind of like testing you, you know, and saying like, is she on her healing journey? No, I don't think so, because that doesn't feel good. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to how this feels. And then learning how to talk to your ego. A lot of this is really just talking to yourself. You know, you can do it in your head, or you can do it aloud, just depending on who's around. But a lot of this is understanding, like, is this my ego? Is this fear-based that's coming up? Because the ego is very fear-based. And number 3, which has made all the difference in the world here, is shifting my energy, shifting my identity to that person that is healed, to that person that feels worthy, to that person that feels confident, to that person that knows what they're talking about. And it's the shifting of the energy, the shifting of the identity, and what energy you bring forward. If you're constantly telling yourself, I don't feel worthy, or I have to heal this in order to be this type of person, or you keep using the words of somebody who's not worthy and the tone of somebody who's not worthy, the posture, put your shoulders back, girlfriend, bring your head up high, and talk from your body, talk from your womb, and really be that presence, especially if you're working with feeling not enough or not feeling worthy. Visualize yourself as that worthy person, as feeling worthy, as feeling good enough, and enable it to be with you throughout your day, for you to embody it. And that's another key thing, is embodying this. You can't just think it, embodying who you are at a soul level. You might not believe it now, but that's where the healing work comes in, is chipping away and figuring out who you are. And then you learn to work with your ego, and then you embody who you are being. And those three things, you put them all together and it creates miracles. It creates transformation, huge transformations in your life. And if you want to work on this more and know how to get out of these patterns and these shifts with not only healing, but also doing the work to integrate the healing, then there's a link in my bio, or you can go to my website for more information and to book.